I tried to reconnect my camera and nuked Facebook. It seems like it is a day for technical glitches. So we're gonna pretend like that didn't happen, and we're gonna go again. Hi guys. So I just want to say thank you very much again to Kitten for the lovely kind of intermission entertainment. Thank you so much. That was absolutely brilliant. And I believe that little kind of segment of video will be available in the Facebook group as well. And just so that we're clear, Asylum is a steampunk event. That's when she says that we were all at Asylum. We were at a steampunk event, just making that clear. Okay, so Hook a Duck, round 2. What we're going to do is, or what we did in the break, is we drew 6 numbers. I think the number of entrants for the Hook a Duck game is, or was 90. So we ran some random number generators, aka Google, and we pulled out 6 numbers, which have been written, yay, the camera's working, which have been written on these little ducks, which I have to fish 1 out. And I've been practicing, and I'm really bad at this. So I've got to start by moving them around. It's worth pointing out that I've got my concentration face on, which means I can't. No, come back, duck. Let's try this again. I don't think I pointed out in the last broadcast that the prize for the Pixi giveaways, so all of the prizes are, it's a box like this. It's not this box. This is an event box because it says event on it. But it will be a box like that, and it's got some surprise goodies in it. And I'm not going to tell you what it is because we like, you know, surprising you guys. Back to the... Can I just pick one out and say that I did it? No, apparently not. Okay, here we go again. Can I do it without moving the ducks? So let's go for the yellow one. Lucky yellow, lucky yellow, lucky, yes, yes, yes. First try. Oh my God, I'm so happy. I'm going to move that very gingerly out the way. And the lucky number is number 63. So if you were 63 in the Hook a Duck, which I believe is Fiona Moorcroft. So congrats, Fiona. You've won the Pixie Mystery Prize. And I don't have to play this anymore. Just so you all know, this was what Pixie Sue wanted me to do blindfolded, as if that wasn't traumatic enough. So, just hopping back to Kitten, that did the sort of the entertainment, the intermission broadcast in between these two broadcasts. During that little broadcast, I mentioned that a dinosaur kick line that she had at Asylum, and I think this was like 2 years ago now, and I found the video footage of the dinosaur kick line. So while I very carefully put this away, I'm going to show you the dino kick line.
It's the dino stroll, everybody. Walking down the lovers lane. No, walking down the lovers lane till you see me. When you see me marching home, and we'll go off in a man, sit down under the apple tree. Baby, just you and me. When I come marching home. I found my backup dancers for the world tour.
So that was Kitten at Asylum, I want to say 2018. I don't think it was last year, I think it was the year before, maybe. I don't know, but that was the dino gig line at the steampunk event called Asylum, not an actual asylum, which I fear that I may need once I've completed this. Okay, so we're going to move on very, very quickly. Everybody I forgot to mention this, I forgot a lot in the first one. So, but then the first one was quite long. I think it was like about an hour and a half, the first broadcast. So hopefully it's not going to be that long this time. But in your event box, if you purchased an event box, you will see this random bit of sparkly fluff. And there, it's not coming out terribly well on camera, unfortunately, but it is, it's got some shimmery, sparkly loveliness, and it's called Frost. I think that's what we're going to call it, is Frost. Let me just adjust the camera real slightly. There we go. Maybe that's slightly better. You can see it's got some real shimmer in it. So I'll just leave you with it's called Frost. And our next event is Christmas in July. Got you thinking now, no? I would personally like to just take a moment to point out a very, very special make for me personally, because you know, you get some makes that you pour your heart and soul into, and you know, they really are a labour of love, and you know, you sweat tears for them. My candy floss. I made a candy floss. And if you are wondering how to make it, it's a candy floss stick and 50 grams of the candy floss coloured wool, and you just wrap with a few stabs. And I had so much fun making it that I had to make 2. And I'll tell you why I had to make 2. Pixie Sue, will now be chuckling in her seat because I told her about this, and she seems to think that it's payback. I'm not so sure. I had another candy floss which I had made, and I've got some logs, and I drilled some holes for the various ice creams and for the candy floss, and because I was doing 100 things at once, I had the drill in this hand and the candy floss in that hand, and I held the log with this hand too, and I put the drill down and the drill caught the candy floss. And it was way more entertaining than it should have been, but this candy floss was going round on the drill and the stick. Now, Sue thinks that this is payback for a little something that I did to her a little while ago. She seems to think that this is karma, because the Pixies have come to know that I might be a little bit of I like to, you know, a little bit of a joke. I'm a bit of a joker. And a little while ago, Pixie Sue, was in her car. I rang her and we were chatting. She says, I'm going to Tesco's. I think this was before lockdown, before all of this. She was going to Tesco's. So she's chatting to me on the phone, and she gets in her car. She's got one of these posh cars that when she puts her phone in her car, the person she's talking to comes through the car speakers. So it's all very technical. So she said, I've put you in the car, you're coming through the speakers. We talked on her way to Tesco's. She got out, she went to Tesco's, we're still talking on the phone. She gets back in the car and she reconnects the phone to the car speakers, and she says, you're back in the car speakers now. At which point I go, help, let me out, I'm in the boot. Which come through her car speakers right as a bunch of people are walking past. I'm sorry, hashtag sorry, not sorry. It was so funny. She's like, why would you do that? So So apparently the candy floss is me getting karma. Pixie Bee is once again in my ear. And Pixie Bee is, as she is lovingly known now, as Flingo Face. Because she has Flingo Face. That was her Flingo Face from the first event that we held not so long ago. But, so, and you can see, I think in the first half, my headset was up a little bit too loud. And you could hear somebody laughing and giggling on the microphone. So sorry about that, but it was kind of funny. Okay. What we're going to do next. Oh, hang on, she's telling me something. What are we going to do next? Oh, okay. Right. In the first half, in the first broadcast, I should say, you asked to see the Daisy Bunting. And I believe some of you also asked if you could see this bunting, the Forest Friends bunting that Pixie Haley made. All of these characters, all of these characters are made from the Sunflower template set. And it's a little range of PDF tutorials. Hang on. Mr. Fox is currently available on the website. He's just a free PDF download. You go to the website and then go to projects, infos and downloads, and you'll find PDF projects, and Mr. Fox is there. And Hayley shows you how to make this lovely fox, which is also on this card. But what I do have for you is I have a little close-up, because I can't take this down. That one I took down for you. This one I can't. So I have, oh no, that's my close-up camera. Wait, have a little close-up of the fox. There we go. Let me see, where is Forest Friends? There we go. Forest Friends. That should be a little close-up. There's Mr. Hedgehog. I do think he's got a bit of Billy Idol about him. And there's Mr. Fox. And we've got a Mr. Badger. And all of these are done with just a large oak leaf in between them on some brown string. I do think that Mr. Hedgehog is my favourite. I think he is. I think he is my favourite. So, okay. Hopefully there will be more PDFs coming with all of the different characters. I never know which way to go. The next make. So in your event box, if you had the event box, and you will need the event box for this make. I know some of you have already guessed what the second make is. And I know some of you have opened your bags. Yes, I do. So in your event box, you will have this one, which says Event Mystery Make. And the Event Mystery Make is, it's a wing. It's a wing shape. And I'm just going to quickly go through this with you. There are 2 wiring holes. And the idea is that if you want to wire, we won't be wiring. We will be just straight felting. I will do one wing on camera, and then I'm really hoping that Pete, who sat in the front room, will be watching this and realise that I left the other half of my wing in the front room and will sneak it out to me really quickly. So 2 wiring holes, which means that if you want to use a pipe cleaner or something to wire your wing, you can put the pipe cleaner in, shape it round. You can either do another pipe cleaner and go back out the same hole, or you can just use one wire to go all the way round. So you go in one hole and out the other, and then you'll be able to take it out of the template once you're done. I can't hear him coming out here yet, so I'm going to just plough on with the wing. In your event bag, see, God, this is really well wrapped. What you'll find is your wing template and a bunch of fluff and some pipe cleaners, which I completely forgot in there. I'm not going to wire mine, but what you will find is you will have a base colour and then a few sort of different colours. I think everybody's got black. No, what I actually wanted, what he's here, I'm not, was the one that I've already felted. It should be in there. It's that colour, but thank you. My not so lovely assistant, he's there going, he's holding up one of these going, one of these? I know. This is where I find it, under here somewhere. But anyway, we'll make do. In your event box, you will have, I mentioned the bunting earlier, and if my pick and mix method of packing your boxes has worked correctly, your bunting, just throw it. No, that's a cookie. There we go. As if by magic. Yay! If my pick and mix method of your boxes has worked, you will get, your bunting should correspond or coordinate with the colours that you get in this kit. So you can put your felted wing on your felt bunting. Entirely up to you. It's your bunting. It's your vision of the project. So, wing. There are 2 weights and measures for this. If you are not wiring your template, then the measurement, the weight is 1.5 grams, 1.5 grams. Yes? Yes, 1.5. I always like to make sure. And if you are wiring it, then you need a little more fluff, so 2 grams. How would I wire it? Carefully and with precision. No, I'm kidding. Do you know what? What I'll do, I will make a wire armature pattern for this template and I will put it on the free PDF downloads. My lovely assistant in my ear, the Pixie in my ear, will make a note of it and remind me to do that after the fact. I'm not going to wire this, but I'll show you very quickly what I will do. Take my template, give myself a little bit of a pokey out bit. And then what I would do is just go around the inside, putting in some folds and some twists. This is so crudely done. It's hysterical, but hang on, out the other one. What you want to do is have, in fact, I think that would be better off twisted like that. Pipe cleaners, I love pipe cleaners, but so what I would have is something like that. It's a little bit crude, I know. This probably up into there a little more, and this sort of down into about there. What you want to make sure, if you're ever doing any sort of armatures, is don't have your wires and your pipe cleaners too close to the edge, because as you're felting, sometimes they can pop out the side. So that's sort of kinda what the armature pattern will look like, maybe. But I will do a proper paper pattern for you guys, and I will put it I will put it on the website for you, and that'll be under the projects, infos and downloads. It won't be today, it won't be this weekend, but I will do it early next week. Might get to it tomorrow. I will try for you guys. So your pack, you'll have some decorative colours, and then you've got your base colour, and there's enough in there to do 2 wings, so you probably just want to rough it in half. There may be more than that in there. If you've got scales, weigh yourself out 1.5 grams, which is what I did. Okay. And I do realise that my wing colour is completely different to the colours that I've got there. But hey ho. What I'm going to do is, this is 1.5 grams. I'm going to roughly rough it in half. And I always start with the tips. And just remember, when you are felting in a template, you all start from the outsides and the points and come in towards the centre. Don't start in the centre and go out. I have my foam mat with my flat mat topper, and flat mats will be back in stock next week. And then I've got my felt toppers on top of that. The idea with the felt toppers is you get a whole load of different coloured ones, and you change your felt topper depending on the colour that you're felting with. So if you were felting something red, then you'd have the red felt topper, and it stops that cross-contamination of fibres in your project. Okay, so I've got about half, so about 0.75 grams. Oh my God, math. And I'm just going to start by pulling off a little bit. And I'm going to fold back that end piece and then put that up into the tip. Very, very light, 40 spiral needle that I'm using, and I am very, very lightly tacking it to my surface. You don't want to be doing that. Just really, really lightly, and I'll show you. You can see it's a few fibres that are just holding it to the mat. So pinning it, just very lightly tacking it to the mat will mean that it will help hold it in place as you fill the template, but you don't want to felt it so hard that you end up with your creation permanently adhered to your surface. So nice end, and then this bit I'm going to allow to frizz out, and then I'm going to lay down a little bit more just over that side and run that around the edge. And if you notice, I'm putting the middle of the fluff on the edge and allowing some of the fluff to overhang, and that means that when you felt that edge, this all comes in. So we're going to go all over, just felt that down right up into that little corner there. I'm going to pop in a little bit more, so I'm going to put that down, allow it to overhang the outside of the template, and then by doing that it'll all come in to the template as I felt. There, so I've got that bottom piece nicely folded. It's very loose, very fluffy, and I'm going to turn it round and go to the top part, and again I'm going to start with this sort of peak. So I've got a pinch, what's that, probably about 0.2 of a gram or something. It's just a real small piece. Fold back, so you've got that nice rolled edge, and then that nice rolled edge goes up into that, so the rolled edge follows that point of the template, and I just find it makes for nicer points because the fibres are already going around that way rather than sticking out this way and you're trying to stab them back. So I've put in my point and I've got some nice frizzy bit there. Next bit of my edge, so I've got some overlap to the previous. Around the edge, and hopefully you can see how that sort of brings that overhang inside the template. A little bit more on the other side. And we're looking for a nice sort of even fill over the whole template. And this particular shape just felt out so lovely. I'm going to put a little bit more in there. And again, remember, not felting too hard to your surface. We want to get this layer all filled in, and then we're going to lift it off. So we don't want it felted too heavily. So I've got some thin spots down here. But if you look, you just tickle it off. Don't grab and pull, just tickle, tickle. And it will come off nice and lightly. You can see where your thin bits are. Pop it back in the template. And I always find that it works better to put the project back in the template rather than trying to put the template back over the project. That's just me personally, what I have found. So I'm going to go all over. I'm still on my 40 spiral, still on a very, very light needle. Just concentrating on getting a nice even layer. And once you've got it sort of roughly filled in, so I've got a thin spot there, I'm going to lay a little bit more fluff. Make sure your fluff is frizzy. You don't want to sort of fold it like this and then put it down, because you'll end up with some very interesting lines. So nice frizzy edges. And then just lightly felting it down into the rest. Spending a little bit of time just making the even layer. Once this is even, then felting it down, felting it firmer becomes much easier. So I'm going to concentrate on my little, let me turn this round. And concentrate on the little tab bit here. So run around the edge. And then felt that in. Like so. And this shape, as I mentioned before, I'm just going to bring in my finished one. It just felt that it's such a beautiful shape. And I've made it, I can't remember how big this is now, probably about 80 mil maybe long, I can't remember. Do I have my, I do. Check me out. I'm like prepared and stuff. It is about just over 4 inches. Yeah, no, it's about 100 mil, which is really, really rough, but measurements, but that's how big it is. And I thought it would make really, really sweet wings for your creatures and your critters and your creations, and it just makes it so much easier because you get 2 wings that, I mean, trying to freehand wings can be problematic because you have to try and get them the same size and the same shape. So the template really does take all of that guesswork out of it for you. And if you weigh the wool that goes in it, then you're pretty much guaranteed to get 2 things that match. So I'm going all over, and I've started firming it up now. If I take this out, you can still see it's a bit of a furry mess, but it's starting to get that shape. What I'm now going to do, let me just run around those edges and get that back in. What I'm now going to do is I'm going to go up a needle to my 38 spiral, which is the purple top one. And it is fair to say that the sizes, needles and colours that I'm referring to are the ones that are in the shop. Not all needles with colour tops are the same thickness and the same shape. So do be aware of that. I tend to err on the side of much lighter needles. I like to work with my wool. I find it easy or easier. I can see where the wool's going. Okay. So that's where I'm about. I'm going to bring in my multi-needle and just be very, very careful. I mean, obviously it is up to you if you want to use a multi-needle or a multi... I don't recommend using a multi-punch. That's this one. I don't recommend using them inside of templates. On larger templates where you've got a very open space, use them in the middle by all means. However, I have to confess that I do use them. But I have to say I don't recommend it. So I've gone all over with my multi-punch. And again, the more this firms up, the less it will stick to any kind of surface. I am going to use my multi-punch now. And I'm going to go all over, and I am really going to knock the stuffing out of it. Doing that will distort the shape a little bit, but that's what the template's for. Back into the template. And I'm going back to my light needle, my 40 spiral. And then I'm going to go all the way around that edge. And just really, really firm up that edge. By knocking the stuffing out of it with a multi-punch, it does sort of spread the fibres. So when you put it back in, I say this in pretty much all of my videos now, you get this sort of curl up around the side of the template. And with a very straight needle, all of that fibre goes back down into the edge, which strengthens the edge because you've got a bit more fibre in there. This make is going to be so much quicker than the other one. Okay. I'm just going to flatten it down a little bit more. And go in with my single needle. And you really are just firming it up in the template, but don't forget that when you're felting it a bit, felt and lift. A little jiggle on your mat will stop any fibres from adhering too much. I'm going to come back in with my multi-punch. Obviously, I'm going to make one of these. You've got two of them to make. And what I will do is put a post up in group. I've done one for the ice creams, and either Pixie Haley or, yeah, I think Pixie Haley's going to do it. She's going to put a post up in the group. Oh, there goes a needle. That's because I was looking at the camera, hoping I was still on it. Where is it? Where did it go? Where did it go? Oh, I've got it. Hang on. Right. The all-important sharps box. There we go. That was lucky. So, all you're going to do is keep felting this down so that it's pretty firm. You want to get it pretty firm, like this one. And once you get it to that point, Let me just do this very, very quickly. I'm going to kind of scoot ahead a little bit because then I can carry on and do other things while you guys are also felting. So I need my hands. Okay, so what I've got is pretty good shape. You can get your sharp boxes. You can pretty much get them on Amazon, on eBay. There's lots of places you can get them, but you just want to type in, just search small sharps box, and that's it. And then it's just a little pushy thing, and there you go. Mine's feeling really rather weighty. So, as many of you will have heard me say many times over, is the side that you face the mat generally comes out a lot nicer than the other side. And this is very true with the flat mat. I find that felting petals and things, keeping the same side down, really does make a difference. Okay, so we've got 2 wings. And if you can see, there's this sort of little tab in the middle. And the whole idea is that you can, there's no wrong way of doing this, folks. It is, you can overlap them if you want, like that. You can put them together like that, and you can add in, you know, just add a little bit of joining fluff front and back. I'm going to join mine together, so I'm going to do this side. Then I'm going to turn it over, add a pinch more fluff on the other side, and then that should join them together quite nicely. And when you're joining them, you do want to use that driving motion. You do want to drive your needle through. You're going to need a little bit of overlap just in that middle. I realise that you've only done 1 wing at the moment, and I've got 2. But I'm going to leave it there now, at least for this bit, because we'll move on and I can talk to you about a few more things. We can hang out, we can have a chat. Which I find really bad, because all I'm doing is chatting. I'm like, you must be sick of hearing me chat by now. Okay, so new products. We have the hooker duck template. Now, all the new products will be live on the website after this broadcast. It won't be too long after, but it will be after the second broadcast. So we've got the hooker duck template, which was obviously in relation to Pixi Sue's hooker duck game. That's the word I was looking for, game. The new wing template, which we are working with at the moment, for those of you who didn't get it in the event box, the wing template will absolutely be available again after the second broadcast. And super size sheep, not a fluffy Spider-Man. For those of you who weren't part of the first broadcast will now be going, what is she talking about? So super size sheep, and we've got a lovely little array of rainbow super size sheep along with rainbow sheep. And that was made by Pixi Sue, who I think is going to make a mobile out of them, or it was a window hanging, wasn't it, for the for your front room window. So, okay. We've got, I will leave you guys making your wings at the moment. What's next, boss? Nothing, apparently there's nothing else. Earth to be. I think she's gone. Oh, she's there. Okay. I think she nodded off. Okay, so we have... Oh, hang on, we have a question. Could you repeat that, please? Okay. Okay, if you have gone ahead and put a pipe cleaner in, I don't know how to explain it. Let me see if I can. Let me just put that down there a minute. Okay, this one has got a pipe cleaner in. I will have to undo these pipe cleaners a hot second so that you guys can actually see how it's come together. Obviously these were all twisted round so that I could hook it onto the stick of the ice cream. Okay, here we go. What we've got, so you've got 4 ends that come out the back. Hope you guys can see that. 4 ends. Let me try and focus the camera. And there we go. So the pipe cleaner kind of goes round here, comes down here and comes out there. So that's the first one. And then the same on the other side. What you would want to do with your pipe cleaners is overlap the middles again, but get your pipe cleaners up out of the way and then sort of join and felt around them. So you would join here, join up here, join down there, add a bit of extra fluff, and then you can snip these off, bend them back into your project if you just wanted, if you were making maybe a brooch or something, and you just wanted the pipe cleaners to be able to, you know, shape the wings. But if you want the pipe cleaners to come out like this one, then I would recommend that you sort of join in the middle, join just above. Focus camera. Join just above and join just below. And then you'll have these, put a couple of twists right at the base. Like that. And then that will also help to hold both halves together. And then you can do whatever you want with it. And this one's going on an ice cream. Getting it out of over there, I feel maybe a lot easier than getting it back in. I'm going to put that one there, like that. Lest I just crash everything over there. I'm not going to tempt fate too much. The glue gods were really, really good to me in part 1, so I'm not going to tempt fate too much. You guys will be making 2 of these. We have, what else do we have in this broadcast to do? We will be doing the raffle. That will be right at the very end. But next up, we're going to, whilst you guys are making your 2 butterfly. I mean, this isn't hard to work out that all of these colours are for decorating your lovely butterfly. So that's what those are there for. But we've got the, Pixie Vanessa's giveaway will be coming up really shortly. And we will have a special guest who will be joining me momentarily. That's your cue, Pete. Just because, unless it's really obvious, he doesn't know. Yeah, so we have Pixie Vanessa's prize giveaway for her box, and the Pixie prizes will be it will be a box like this, which will contain some surprise goodies for you. Something which nobody else yet has. It will be available soon, but it's not out just yet. Okay. Anything else, Pixie B? Oh, okay. Apparently, some of you, I can't lift it, it's over here. Some of you have been asking me about the Beehive jar, and I will get to that in just a second. Come here. We have a special guest. Hi. Come here, baby. Come on. There we go. Hi. Hi. I have to bribe him. Come here. Oh, there we go. Here's the boss, who I had to bribe with sausage to come on to set. Hi. Say hi to everyone. He's like, yeah, make with the sausage. So, obviously no village fair would be complete without a dog show. And being online, we thought we'll do it. You're really noisy. Being online, we do a pet show. And some of you have been sending in your pet pictures on the thread, and I've got a few to share with you of our favourites. We've got Alison Spence's guinea pig called Nibbles. Naomi sent in a picture of her, I don't know if it's a Toy Toys or if it's, I think it's a Toy Toys, isn't it? Yeah. Which is actually a turtle, but I don't. These two just made me crack up. Look at that cat's face. It's just like, oh, it's cute. Oh my God. And Donna, why would you do that to your dog? Says the person holding the dog in a bow tie and jacket. That looks awesome. I absolutely love it. Then we've got a couple of felted entries. Jade sent in an entry of her, I think it's her dog. I'm pretty sure it's her dog. And Diane had a little collection of moles. She's lovely. And last up, we had to do a little bit of a bird cameo there. So Pauline sent in a picture of her chicken. And Bethan sent in one of her parrot, which is absolutely awesome. So that was just great. Thank you very much for all of the entries. It has just been amazing. I've absolutely loved. He's getting really heavy. He's put on a few pounds. We liked seeing them, didn't we, Pappy? Just put the tongue in, mate. It's not a good look. Okay, so we are going to do a random number generator, providing I can work my phone with one hand. Put the tongue in. Okay, so Pixie B, what is the number of entries? She doesn't know. It's like 100 and... It's 100 and something. Okay. Whilst she does that, we're going to do balls in the beehive, which is completely unplanned. We're going completely off script. Do you want to sit down there a minute, mate? Do you want to sit? You're going to sit? No, he's not going to sit. He's like, no, I'm not going to sit. Why would I do what you ask me to do? You haven't fed me. Don't be scared. It's just a jar. I find Chihuahuas come in two flavours. Either they think they're like Great Danes or they're scared of everything. And he's the latter. So I have to be very careful and very gentle with him. You going to sit? Gonna sit? No, not going to sit. Okay, I'll pick you up. So some of you have been asking about the jar, the balls in the beehive jar. This isn't a jar, it's a drinks jar. So it has like this spouty hole on the front. I don't know if you guys can see that. And I got it from somewhere like The Range or something like that. It was just I needed a big jar. So that's where that came from. Are we any closer to having a number for Pixie Vanessa's She can't find it. I don't know. I spend all this time doing spreadsheets and she can't find it. That's fine. If there's a Pixie watching, I'm going to try and do it, but I don't want to nuke the feed. So we'll see what happens. I will try and do it. Let's see. We've got 152 entries. There we go. That wasn't so bad. 152. Okay. Right, you're going to have to sit there again, mate. Hold on to that. I'm going to put that back over there. Okay. And we're going to do close-up cam for 152. So we've got from number 1 to 152. And the lucky number is 146. Lucky number 146. You will be winning, not only will you be winning a Pixie box, but you also get a rosette. And I'm really sorry. Come here, let me hold you. There you go. I'm really sorry about the size of this. I thought it was a lot smaller. When I bought them online, there wasn't any real size, and I just thought it looked pretty. So I bought it, and then this arrived. In fact, this arrived with another one. Actually, let's do that. Let's go completely off script, Pixie Bee. Sound of horror. She's like, oh. Joe, apparently Joe Hemsworth, you are the winner. You'll be getting a Pixie box and the Best in Show rosette. But I also got a reserve Best in Show. Apparently they came as a pair. So I was equally as dumbstruck when it turned up. So let's do another roll. So we've still got the 1 to 152. Number 94. Number 94. So number 94, you will get, what will you get? I'll send you 5 10-gram balls of wool and your reserved in show rosette. Is that a good idea? Is that a good idea? Yes, it is. I think it's an awesome idea. Number 94. Jackie Jackson apparently is lucky number 94. It's all go, isn't it? It's all go. He just doesn't care. He's just... Okay. Let me just introduce you all to Pappy. And Pappy is AKA the boss. He's my boss anyway. Oh, I could do with losing a few pounds. And I know, mate. And I've had, how old are you now? I'm asking him. He's like 7, 8 years old now. And he's a bag of bits. He was the runt of the litter. And he has a lazy eye. And he's got a dodgy leg. He's got a heart condition. He has, what else is wrong with you? It's like everything, isn't it? He's only got 5 teeth. So his tongue keeps poking out. But you're lovely, aren't you? You giving me kisses? Kiss, kiss? No. No, apparently after calling him a bag of bits, I don't get love. Okay, so I'm going to send him back. This is his steampunk outfit. His little steampunk outfit that he wore to Hogwarts. And you won Best in Show, didn't you? Yeah, yes you did. You're a good boy. Right. Oh, and he actually does also sport, I don't know if you can see it, an octo brooch. So, there you go. You all done now, mate? He's like, yep. All right, you go. Go, go, go. Off you go. Okay. Okay. I'm going to pop those back down there. I hope you guys are getting on well with your with your wings. So we'll do the Beehive Draw now, which was the boss bonus giveaway, and there he is, looking a little more dapper in his, he hadn't quite so many pounds on him when I took that picture, I think. So, the boss bonus giveaway was a quick on the day kind of sort of giveaway, bit of fun, and it was based loosely on the guess the number of sweeties in the jar, and it was guess the number of balls in the beehive. The correct answer was, drum roll, 26. And out of the, I don't know how many people entered, I think it was well over 100, two people got it right, and that was Deborah Tracy and Kay Launder. And what I was going to do was I was going to send a Shades of Spring pack to the winner. But what I've decided to do is completely change that. This is when she just goes, oh God, not again. I tell her, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. And she's like, yep. And she writes it all down. And then come the day, I completely change. So Deborah Tracy and Kay Launder, you will get half of the balls in the beehive, which by my math, which is usually really bad, will be about 13 balls each. Is that right? Yes. So if you could if you could message one of the Pixies with your address, we will get, this will all the prizes and everything we'll send out on Monday. But thank you all for taking part in the quickfire balls in the beehive event, because it was, obviously I realised that we've got some new members today who have been joining as they've been finding out about the event and have come along and joined us. So I wanted to make sure that there was at least something that people could just join in on the day and have a bit of fun with. So thank you all very much for being a part of that. All right, I'm hoping that you guys are now around about up to here, and I'm gonna explain this next bit because it has nothing to do with these with what we're making. But if you, let me get a template actually. Look, if you look at that, look, isn't that an amazing ear shape? That's just such a fab ear for a felted something. I don't know. I mean, that in itself could be a little wing for a small little creature. And this, again, look at that. There's a petal, there's a quotation mark. I have no idea where that came from. There's all kinds of little things that you can do with these templates. So don't think to use the template as a whole. Sometimes break it up into different parts. There's little parts of the templates that you can use. And this has been really aptly demonstrated by Hayley in the forest friends that she's been making, because the spikes on the hedgehog, on Mr. Hedgehog, are all done by using the tip of the petal, not the entire petal. So really, really versatile. And because you've got that shape, you can just use it over and over and over, and you are going to turn out, repetitively pieces that are the same shape. Inherently something that was always a problem for me. Wings. Okay. From here on in, you can go so many different ways. You can glue stuff on, you can sew stuff on, you can felt stuff on, you can there are so many ways to decorate this, and I, for one, am really, really going to look forward to seeing what you guys do with this. However, apparently somebody suggested to use it to make a fishtail and fins. That's a really good idea. Ooh. Which fits in really nicely with the last event because we did the seahorse template. I'm not going to fully decorate this. I'm just going to show you a couple of little sort of tips and tricks. And one of the things you might want to do is get a nice sort of line, a straight line. And if you want to do that, you get yourself a very thin piece of fluff and roll it in your fingers, like so. Just roll it out, just so you've got a little bit of a line. Then wherever you want your line to start, just drive that in. Now bear in mind, with something like this, if you push all the way through, it's going to come out the back. Now you may want that, you may not, and this is where the number of different possibilities is far more than I can do on camera. But if you want to make a straight line, or curved line, but a line that is sharp, as you stab in, twist your wool, and if you look at your wool twisting, it really does make a beautifully thin line. I have concentration face, which is why my speech is is really spaced apart, but there. And then I'm going to go like that, twist, and just push through. And that's a little bit much, so I'm going to pull that a little bit thinner and twist, and then just run along the line with my needle. And if you can see now, you've got a really nice thin line. I'm doing this a little bit rougher than I would normally, but there you can see that you do get a very, very nice sharp and crisp line. So that's one way that you can decorate. Obviously, then you just snip off the end. And if you're doing matching wings, then obviously whatever you do on this side, you do on that side. There are lots of little things that you can use for making different shapes and things. I'm always looking at things for shapes, and for example, I've got my scissors here, and obviously be careful, you know, a lot of things aren't designed for felting in, but if I put that down there and then just very, very lightly go around the edges and round the edges and round the edges and then across, and then I get this nice round swirl. Oh, hang on. Which I can then felt in. And then look for something smaller than that again, which I don't have to hand, but oh, some of the other colour got caught. Then also you can look for, let's see, what have I got? Oh, here we go. I've got a blue Sharpie. You could use a pink Sharpie. I think I've got the world's largest collection of Sharpies. Got lots and lots of different colours of Sharpies, and Sharpies are really great for, you know, touch shading things. So I've got my pink one here, and you know, you can draw in something like that obviously with different colours. You can add dot detail. There is so many things that you can do with this particular template to decorate it that I would be here for another 3 hours doing everything, as long as it didn't involve glue. Okay, that's the, oh, I think there's a question. Oh, okay. Yeah, so you've got a lot of different options for this, and I think, as Kitten said in her little video, you could absolutely wear it on a fascinator. So lots and lots and lots of ways. There will be a post going up in group at the end of the broadcast by Pixie Haley, which will be show us your wing makes, or show us your butterfly event makes. It will specifically say event makes. And if you have, once you've made your wings, please do post a picture. I do love seeing them, and I found after the last event that by the time I get to actually sit down with my coffee and the group, there are so many different posts that I can't find them all and like them all. So if you post under that thread, then I will definitely see it, because I will go through all of the pictures and comments that are there. It just kind of condenses it for me. There will also be a general comments thread, which will have any feedback you guys want to give, any any comments that you want to make, because although I'm talking to you guys, I don't get to see your comments. I don't get to see anything. I mean, obviously Pixie B does relay stuff to me, but I wish I could read every comment, but unfortunately I can't. So if you would like to send me a comment, then do that, and there'll be just like a leave a message for Sam thread or something like that. Hayley will sort it out. Okay. We do have a YouTube channel. For those of you who aren't familiar with the YouTube channel, we do have a YouTube channel. Please do subscribe to the channel. There's lots of free videos on there. There's lots of make it with videos, and for those of you who don't know what the make it with videos are, they are videos of makes or creations that you can use, that you make it with existing template sets. For example, this large daisy is made using the Snowdrop set, and there's more of them. They're in there, and that's made using the Snowdrop set. You've got the very strawberry. There was a strawberry around here somewhere. No, it's gone. The very strawberry is the latest one, and you can make a very strawberry bag top. Apparently, oh, there it is. There's the very strawberry. That's used making the large beech leaf and the small ivy leaf, that bag charm. And this one here, this fantasy flower, which is this huge pom flower. Oh, let me look at that bad boy. That again is made using the sunflower set, and the sunflower set's getting a real good outing. These here, of course, are the sunflowers. There is a kit, there is a template set. You can buy a combo deal, which is a single sunflower, or you can buy a combo deal for the sunflower, which is a triple combo. I'm just filling in time until the Pixie in my ear tells me what I've got to do next. I think she's drinking coffee. I'm pretty sure that I am hearing coffee drinking that doesn't involve me. Our next event will be Christmas in July. That's an event like this. Some of you may know that I did a little impromptu broadcast from the sort of the Makery room, my craft room, my workshop, and that was very informal. It was very sort of just a hangout really, where I showed you how to make eyeballs. Because why not, right? And the idea is that we will do these events, and the next one, as I said, will be Christmas in July. But I also want to do some smaller little broadcasts with you guys where we just hang out and have some fun. And that actually leads me on to something I want to tell you guys. The next little informal broadcast that I will be doing from the Makery. So not an event, just a craft room hangout with you guys. I'm going to throw up a poll in group next week, and it's going to give you 3 options of what you might like to see. And you get to vote on which video you want me, or which hangout you want me to sort of make with you first. And if memory serves, it should be either we're going to make, what are we going to make? Cupcake? I think it's something like, I think we're going to make, we might make a cupcake. She's gone, I don't know, because I wasn't prepared for this one. She has the wickedest giggle. She really does. She kind of goes muttly on me sometimes. I can imagine she's going, I'm just like, stop it, I'm trying to concentrate. So we're going to do either a cupcake, or we're going to do a Let's Talk Felters wax and wax melting. So it would be just sort of a hangout where I do some Q&A over the felters wax and the things that I use to melt the wax, and that kind of stuff. Maybe we'll make a little wax something, I don't know. So I know there have been a lot of questions in group over the last few weeks of people asking me about wax and how I melt my wax and what do I use. So we could have a product hangout over what we do, or what I do with the wax and what I use to make it. The other option is I think we were discussing, was a felted accessory. So, no, an accessory for a felted thing. Some of my creations, like my witch, I think I made a wicker basket for her. And that was something that we talked about, maybe showing you guys how to make a little wicker basket for your felted creature. So those are sort of the ideas that we're playing around with at the moment. The broadcast will be probably not next week, maybe the week after. And then, as I said before, our next big event will be Christmas in July. So that will be at the beginning of July, date to be arranged. Okay, boss, what's next? Do the raffle. That was very decisive. She's like, do the raffle. In order to do the raffle, I have to have the raffle tickets. Hold on. Look at the bunting. Got it. So, okay, let me move all of this out of the way. You like to be tidy. Okay, so we have how many raffle prizes? 3 raffle prizes that I've completely forgotten what they are. So what we'll do, I'll just give you guys a minute just to grab your raffle tickets, just to make sure that you're squared away before I start pulling stuff out of me pot. What else have we got to do today? I think the raffle is the last thing, so yay. You might notice that some of the raffle tickets in here are yellow and some of them are blue. That's because the first raffle book that I bought for the last event ran out, and then I had to get another one. So I think the yellow ones are the lower numbers and the blue ones are the higher numbers. I don't know. Okay, I think I've messed those up enough. Should we draw our first ticket? Right, the first prize in the raffle is a £20 gift voucher for the site. We figured that was probably a better idea than than actually giving a particular project, because if you've already got the project, it's not going to help. So it's going to be a £20 gift voucher for the site, and the lucky winner is, oh, I've got two. Put that one back in then. 274. Lucky number 274. So if you have 274, then please send a picture of your raffle ticket to one of the Pixies, please, or to me. I won't get back to you as quickly, but so 274 wins the £20 gift voucher. The next prize is is a Shades of Spring pack, and that goes to lucky number 202. Yellow, 202. So if your number is 202, please send a picture of your raffle ticket to one of the Pixies. And the third and final prize, you get to choose a single template. Whizzy, whizzy, whizzy. You get to choose a single template of your choice. Or a template set, but 218. So if your number is 218, you can pick a template set, any one you like, and we will send everything to you. And all of the prizes and giveaways and everything will go out sort of Monday, Tuesday. Just give me a chance. I think that we've covered everything. I have had an absolutely amazing day. When the Pixie said, oh my God, we've got to do it again, I was like, really? Really? They're like, yay! But I do want to just take a moment to thank Pixie Sue, Pixie Vanessa, and Pixie Hayley. Of course, Pixie B, Blingo Face, for their absolutely outstanding help, because without, those guys manning the group and the chat and everything else, and without Pixie B being constantly in my ear telling me all the things I'm doing wrong, then it wouldn't be the same. And so thank you guys. Thank you so much for all of your help. You are, as always, invaluable, and there will be fudge in it, Hayley. Yes. I'm just going to point out that I get a picture and a fudge recipe every morning from Hayley. Every morning. Which I don't know, it's kind of a double-edged sword, because she's not sending me so many flower ideas now and plant ideas, but I am getting fudge requests. So thank you so much, guys, for all of your help. I really couldn't do this without you. And I do want to give a very special behind the scenes thank you to Terry, who is also a Makery Pixie, but she's a Makery Pixie who kind of does things in the Makery, like putting the fluff on the side of the tags, not in the middle, but on the side. So I do want to make sure that I give a little special thank you to you, Terry. It's been absolutely brilliant. And if memory serves, a lady that I spoke to on the phone a few weeks ago, I believe Claire, is her birthday today. So happy birthday to you, Claire. That's all that we have time for, and that's all that we have to do today. Thank you very much for joining in the Mum's Makery May Fayre. I really do hope that you guys have enjoyed it as much as me, and thank you so much. Oh, hold on, I've got a question. Oh, I've got to tell you before I go, don't forget the wobbly shelves. And the wobbly shelves are any orders that are placed today. You do have the chance of finding something random in your parcel as well. The Pixies get accused of loosening the bolts on shelves, hence extra things falling into your baskets. The Pixies get blamed for everything. But today we really are having wobbly shelves, and I will be randomly, and there will be random things appearing in people's orders. So any order that is placed up to midnight today has the chance of having or finding something really rather random in their order as well. That's it. Thank you very, very much, guys. It has been an absolute pleasure to hang out with you today. You have, as always, made me laugh, nearly made me cry. And Sally, that serenade this morning, thank you. It has been an absolute blast. Thank you all again for spending your time with me, and I wish you all a very crafty day.